Hello and welcome to the Luscious Living Podcast. I'm your host, Celine Bilgin, holistic nutrition consultant and the founder of Luscious Living, where personal growth meets wellness. Ladies, we've heard that PMS is a feminine curse, and it's time to bust that myth. Did you know that your period is actually a sacred and beautiful time for you? It doesn't feel like that when you have symptoms of cramps, bloating, nausea, headaches, and more. And I'm here to tell you it does not have to be that way. Did you know that you can use nutrition to ease those symptoms? Did you know that you have 4 different phases of your menstrual cycle? Yes, you can learn to optimize each of these phases and really understand your body and understand why you're more motivated in some times of the month and more excited to work out or more wanting to stay in, or you are just more intuitive in certain phases as well. Learn to understand your body, love yourself even more. This is all talked about in my best-selling book, The Painless Period Guide. Grab a copy for you and a friend. The link to purchase is in the description. Welcome back to another episode of the Luscious Living Podcast. Today, we're talking a little something more spiritual. And as I really share my voice and share my work, some of you might be realizing that I am leaning more towards the spiritual side of things, because while we need to see the science and the studies and the data for certain things, such as our health, there are other aspects of our wellness that we cannot see. And this is, something as simple as why, when we're happy, we are in a better state of health. Obviously, then we look at the science and there's hormones, there's lowered cortisol and, less adrenaline and things like that. But the more I have studied throughout the past decade about spirituality, the more it becomes undeniable that this is a part of our health and that we have different energetic bodies, right? The astral body, the physical body, the mental body, etc. And I do believe that this is going to be more and more talked about as we go on. Just because we cannot see something with our physical eyes does not mean it does not exist. And same thing with an x-ray. We can't see that with our eyes. Well, we have managed to create the tools to be able to see them. Just like a dog can hear a certain frequency, we cannot. It's interesting because I did a biofeedback machine where I was hooked up with these nodes. This is in North Vancouver. And I always knew that this specific chakra was something, just through reading, that this would be kind of off or imbalanced for me personally. And when I went to the biofeedback machine that actually would kind of show where your chakras are as well, it blew my mind because it was the solar plexus chakra that was off balance. I also have for many years seen a energy healer as well, and she is incredible, and in Calgary actually. And there are far too many instances in my life that have pointed to the direction of beyond the physical world. Especially after the loss of my father is when I really started to be introduced to a whole new world beyond 3D, beyond what we can touch, feel, smell, etc. And I really do believe that the only way to understand that is either through experience or through this personal interest. And obviously, if you're listening to this episode, you have an interest in this conversation. And especially when it comes to weight loss, because on my journey, I really looked more actually at the spiritual reasons for weight gain and how to lose weight, the more the spiritual, energetic way. And once I combined the energetic way and the physical, that's when I started to get the results. Once I understood all about blood sugar balance, all about gut health, everything that I actually teach in the Holistic Weight Release program, I'll link that for you in the description. That's when I really got everything in alignment. And in that program, I talk a lot, and there's a whole notebook and a workbook to go over some of the beliefs, the affirmations, the hidden benefits, and things like that. So again, this is why I do holistic. My practice is holistic. I combine the spiritual and the physical together. So in this episode, we're going to go over what are the chakras very briefly, the chakra that corresponds to weight loss, how to tell if this chakra is blocked, how to invoke the power of the chakra, and really balance it. Okay, so again, if you're here, I'm just freaking stoked that you're here. Okay, so thank you for wanting to learn about the chakras. And what are the chakras? For those of you who are not as familiar, they are the energy centers of the body. And again, they're located in the astral body along the spine, starting at the base, the root chakra, running up towards the crown of the head. Okay? And the astral body is the energy body residing inside of our physical body. That might sound a little complicated. I'm not going to go into it in this episode. Even if you look up astral body, for example, or energy body on the internet, you're going to see different layers of this. And it might make a little bit more sense to see an image. And then each physical body part has a corresponding astral body part, and the astral body cannot be seen or touched, and this is why we cannot see the chakras. Though, again, the energy worker that I have worked with and gotten incredible results with, I'm not sure if she can see the chakras or feel them, but and I've done a lot of meditations. I remember before seeing her, I had done this meditation where I clearly visualized my chakras being cleansed and purified, and then I went to go see her, and she made a comment about it. It was crazy. So anyways, while I personally don't see the chakras, I do believe that some people can. And again, we currently have biofeedback resonance machines that can also measure them. But again, I think we're still far away from most of society being able to understand it, even including myself, by the way. So the chakras radiate a specific color and energy, and each one corresponds, as I mentioned, with a gland in the physical body. And each chakra relates to a specific emotional, spiritual, psychological, and physical aspect of our being. And it's believed that their blockage or malfunction can lead to physical, psychological, and emotional disorders. And the awareness and balancing of these energy centers is believed to lead to good health and well-being. And now the chakra that we will be focusing on when it comes to healthy weight or weight loss is the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, otherwise known as Manipurna. And this is between the navel and the bottom of the rib cage, okay? And it's really associated with either, feeling energetic, confident, productive, focused in our personal power, self-esteem, sense of self-worth, willpower, and achievement, or with depression, lack of self-esteem, perfectionism, and victim mentality, okay? The energy is yellow, okay? It's associated with the color yellow, as well as the fire and sun, okay? And so it really is this inner fire as well. And I find whenever I feel blocked or kind of stagnant in this third chakra, it's when I don't feel like I have this inner fire and I can move forward, and vice versa. When I am in this power, nothing can stop me, right? And so this is the same for you if you resonate with this. And so you can tell if this chakra is blocked or out of alignment. We start to see digestive issues, improper processing of nutrients, constipation, IBS, eating disorders, ulcers, diabetes, issues with the pancreas or liver. And so those are really good signs, or just really struggling with willpower around food, gaining weight, okay? On an emotional level, it can start with self-doubt or mistrust towards other people, worrying what other people think. Again, low self-esteem, searching for approval outside of others, unhealthy attachments. And so again, kind of like on the line with victim mentality, neediness, lack of direction, lack of just standing up and taking action. Okay. And so how to really unblock this chakra is, first of all, understanding and realizing where there is imbalance. And so that's the first step, is realizing, I'm having maybe some digestive issues. I'm having trouble with really feeling like I can be the creator of my life, the designer, and the action taker. And so when we start to look at unblocking this chakra, it's really about removing in this insecurity that other things outside of us has more power than we do, and looking internally, feeling empowered, and looking at, how do I move forward in my life? And the first thing I personally do is look at, who do I want to be? And having this crystal clear. And I notice that when I don't stay on top of my practice of seeing, feeling, hearing who I am becoming, I start to drift off course. Okay. And so I have a podcast episode that I'll link to you or for you to really go over this. And that's going to be the first step, is looking at, who are you becoming? What does that look like? And then you have to decide, what are those small actions that move you forward? What are the areas of life that you feel out of alignment with, that you feel like it's out of your control, that you feel that you are at cause of? And I want you to write this down. Write it out on paper. What are those things? If you had full power, if you were fully personally responsible, which you are, of your life, what would that look like? What are you maybe dropping the ball on? What are you even procrastinating on? This is really, really big. Actually, the podcast episode, the weight and weight connection, WEIGHT and WAIT connection, is also really important here, and I'll link that for you as well. But what have you been waiting on? I want you to make a list of this and start to take action. Put it in your calendar. Then really what we think is going to usually precede action. And then this whole, it becomes this either positive cycle of, you think empowering thoughts, you take empowering actions, and it gives you the results that you want, or the opposite of, you think really poorly about yourself, that life is too hard, that you don't know how to do something, and then of course you don't take action, and you really feel the stagnation in your life. And so it is crucial to first really have more of control over how we think. And this is something really big for me too, okay? A book I read a long time ago that I continue to have in my life is by Louise Hay, and You Can Heal Your Life is the name of her book. And I needed that, actually, when I had an eating disorder years ago. And that really made an impact on my life, and it talks about the self-talk that we have. And so whether you repeat these affirmations in your head, out loud, write them down. I personally actually have recorded myself speaking these affirmations as well. And there are some specific affirmations I want you to include, okay? That they all include something about your personal power, motivation, and capability. I find capability is a really, really big one here. So feel free to take these, feel free to adjust them, feel free to completely make your own. Here are a few examples. I feel calm, confident, and powerful. I am capable of facing life's challenges. I am motivated to pursue my life's purpose. I am ambitious and capable. I am capable of doing anything I set my mind to. I forgive myself for past mistakes and I learn from them. The only thing I need to control is how I respond to situations. I can and will create positive changes in my life. I stand in my personal power. I honor the power within me. I seek the approval of myself. I am courageous and strong. So those are some examples of affirmations to use, or again, create your own. Next is physical exercise. Okay, and that's specifically using the core. So whether it's yoga, using, boat pose, half boat pose, or even breathing exercises like breath of fire, bellows breath, things like this. I want you to invoke this personal fire within through your core. And you will notice, especially if you do this first thing in the morning, you feel like you can rock the rest of your day. Okay, so yoga or just really working on core strength. Next are essential oils, okay? So again, because this chakra is associated with fire or really with yellow, it is actually, so chakras, rather scents such as cardamom, chamomile, lemon, lemongrass, marjoram, or even peppermint can actually be really, really beneficial. So you put them in a diffuser, add some oil, and rub them on your wrists as well. Maybe you can get one of those bracelets with the lava rock and add it in there, or a necklace. So this is also going to help, because I want you to notice when you smell something that it makes you feel a certain way as well. Okay, so start to incorporate the sense of scent in your life. You could also experiment with cinnamon, for example, as well. Then we're going to talk about food. Okay, so foods, again, yellow foods include squash, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, lentils, orange and yellow bell peppers, lemons, corn, yellow pears, golden apples, brown rice, oats, and spelt. Okay, bananas actually as well. So start to incorporate more of these yellow foods. Then, of course, yellow in terms of what you wear and what you see. So this might be yellow jewelry, might be with citron, which is a crystal. It might be with yellow makeup or yellow clothing. Okay, so surround yourself in yellow. This is also really going to help invoke this powerful energy within you. Then the last tip I have for you is really doing anything that builds your self-confidence or power. So for example, have you always wanted to take up jiu-jitsu or taekwondo? Martial arts are really excellent for strengthening this power. And I believe anything that really invokes the masculine energy within. And this is not talking about males, okay? This is the masculine energy of structure, of goals, of direction, of doing hard things. So if you have something in mind that would boost your confidence, maybe it is, learning how to play chess. Maybe it is, again, as mentioned, martial arts. Maybe it is, for example, taking care of your hair or your skin. Like, what is that thing that is going to boost that confidence for you? What is the thing that's going to be difficult for you, but that you accomplish? Right? It might be writing a book. It might be doing some hard physical exercise. So start to look at that and really imagine yourself that you have this fire in your belly and that you are capable of doing what you set your mind to. You are strong. You are here to make a difference in the world, whether it's your family or your school or your workplace. It doesn't matter where it is, but just know that you have to take responsibility for your life. It is not up to anyone else to save you or to do it for you. And this really, and I want to create a whole podcast episode, the archetypes of the princess versus queen, because again, this is all things I completely resonate with as well. This is why I'm able to share it. And so when we have this princess energy, we're damsel in distress, we're waiting for our partner or our family or the government or the school system, whatever it is, to do things for us. But the more that you realize that you are here to save you, you are the hero of the story, then you can actually take action on this. And you have this one precious life to live. So go forward and move with this strength and this power. Know that you can do anything you set your mind to, and you must repeat these affirmations. You must repeat this chakra opening foods, these working on your ab health or your ab strength rather. And I think it's Maya Angelou. I might be completely butchering this, but there's a quote that says, "I love to see a lady, grab life by the lapels and kick ass." I'll link it in the description. I'm not able to fully remember the quote word for word right now, but I hope that this episode has made you realize that, again, you are the hero of your story. Look at putting this fire into your life and into your action, creating this life by design, and working on digestive health as well. So this ginger is going to really help, making sure you're eating foods that does not impact your bloating and gas and diarrhea, because it's very difficult to actually take action when our gut is not working properly as well. And so reach out to myself if that interests you. The Holistic Weight Release Program really focuses on gut health as well. But either way, I really hope this episode lit a fire in your belly. I appreciate you. Please share this episode with a friend to help her out or him out as well. Please give the episode a 5-star review, or the podcast a 5-star review if you found this helpful. And if you have any suggestions for other episodes, please let me know. I would be delighted to serve you and hear from you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please give the show a 5-star review if you feel like you learned something new today. All of the mentioned links will be in the show notes. And also, are we connected on Instagram? Find me over at _lusciousliving_ and come say hi. See you next episode.